What is going on, guys? It's Adam. Tonight we're going to be talking about everything that's going on, and we're going to do it really fast. So stick around. What is going on, guys? Today is going to be absolutely stupendous, as I say every show. My name is Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News, the only live call-in show somewhere. Right now, we're going to be talking about a lot of news, but real quick, I just want to let you know that this is a call-in show. You can call in at 224-400-MARF. Nothing in the show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect my opinions, Dex's opinions, or anyone else that works with the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, so please take everything with a grain of salt. With that out of the way, you can also get our notifications. Remember, we're on Twitter at Marfoogle. We are shortly going to actually be doing a giveaway over on Twitter, so make sure to get over there. And then as well, you can sign up for our alerts. If we know something is going to happen guaranteed, if we still have a platform to speak on, this would be where we do it. You can go to Marfoogle News and sign up for email alerts. You can also sign up for our push alerts. When you go to marfooglenews.com, you can also find that we back up what we say with articles, bibliographies, and the links for everything we show you here. So if we show you a video, or if we show you a document, or if we show you an archived, sound clip, it's going to be on our website on marfooglenews.com. It's organized by thumbnail, so you go to this thumbnail on our website. Predictive Programming is where you're going to want to click, and then you'll see that every single link is here. Now, just real quick, I want to address, a lot of people complained about the light behind there. I did not mean for it to be sound reactive, but again, I fixed that for this show. I do admit, I watched it back, and that is pretty I guess, what do you call it? Distracting. On top of that, I saw a bunch of negative comments from people I did not recognize. And just so you guys know, yesterday I did do a 13-minute intro, which was apparently too much time for the average American. But a lot of people said that it was blah, 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 this and that. And then I started looking and I go, holy moly, there's a lot of names that are attached to the same groups. So it's almost like they purposely went into my comment section to try to destroy it or something. So again, I do realize I talked for 13 minutes, but it was the first show in 10 days. So I had a lot of stuff that people were tweeting the whole week and going over on social media that I had to address. A lot of you don't realize that because I am talking about things that not everybody sees. So I do have to address some things at some points, especially drama. Again, lots of drama happens every time I leave or do anything. So again, we are trying to make a positive place for everybody. I was sick, so I apologize if I, was not the best yesterday or today. But again, if I had to shout out a bunch of people, that's because people continue supporting even when we're not live. And I had a lot of catching up to do. I will try to keep it to a minimum. I do listen to feedback, and I do listen to constructive criticism. It's something that I tell people to do all the time. And if they're especially a small creator, because you need to listen to your feedback. Again, we're going to get straight into the news. Dex is going to be updating the website. Dex, can you talk about the U.S. claiming NK trying to skirt economic sanctions, seeks items for missile program? Can you briefly, and if you guys don't know who Dex is, then you're obviously very new. He helps me with the tech. He does all of the phones, and he is our co-host. What's going on, Dex?
Hey, Adam, and hello, Foogle fam. Doing great tonight. And great show last night, by the way, especially for coming back and being sick and feeling as bad as I knew you felt. So no worries there, dude. Hey, yeah, so, North Korea, obviously, they've got sanctions against them. They've had sanctions against them, NK, for a long time. And there's certain things they're not supposed to get, but it does seem like they're getting around or trying to get items for their missile program around and skirt around the rules, which doesn't surprise us, but we need to think about, we've constantly seen the potential threat there. We've talked a lot about, what would happen if an ICBM went off from there, or a satellite launched device went off from there. And now we've also got a lot of consternation over whether or not, Kim Jong is doing well or not. And his sister's now in play, right? So I know that there's a lot of different moving pieces that we need to be paying attention to around the world. But NK always seems to, just when you think it falls out of the headlines, boom, it pops right back in.
It's like it's the go-to. If there's nothing going on, they just pop anything in they can about NK. I think that obviously Kim, my opinion, and again, this is my opinion, it can only be backed up by some of the more reliable people that are actually saying that they do not believe he is either alive or that he is still in charge completely. A lot of people think that he is in some sort of coma. That's a big deal, because if his sister takes charge, like we had a caller a few weeks ago, the whole culture there does not respect women. And that's, unfortunate. I'm sure a lot of people, I don't even hear much people talk about that. It's civil rights issues. Nobody talks about going in there and saving all of those women that are treated horribly. I think that whole country has people treated horribly. They starved hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions. Again, it's not a great place to live, and it's not a great place to be born. But with the women, they do not respect it. It's part of their culture. You could say it's part of their religion. I mean, they look up at Kim as he is a god. They literally do not say that he uses the bathroom. They think that he does not use the bathroom, or some do. Most of them know that that's just whatever. But again, this is a country that basically they looked up to their ruler as their god, and that's the thing they were going for. They held their country in such seclusion that, it was a crime punishable by death if somebody snuck in DVDs or things from the outside. They have no way to get outside information other than people smuggling stuff in. It's a big deal. So this country, I would not put anything past it. They are trying to get weapons. They are trying to get things. And if they did use them, I almost guarantee you they wouldn't take credit. They would sneakily do it to screw something over, because they're that way. As far as the sister taking over, she's got some serious cojones to prove. She's going to have to prove to her people that she's a savage, because that's the kind of thing they respect. I mean, look at Kim. Kim took out I want to say it was his brother-in-law. It was somebody else that could possibly take the reins of power if he was gone. Took him out. I think it was his uncle, maybe. You guys can correct me in the chat. I would love it. Again, took him out with an anti-air gun. So these guys are nuts. So I wouldn't put it past them, and I think that there is some sort of plan to use NK. Maybe they took him out. If people don't know what I'm talking about, please look up what is going on with NK and what is going on with Kim. I don't think he's there anymore. Especially Dennis Rodman saying if you see his sister talking more, then you definitely know what's up. Dennis Rodman, of course, has a first name basis, call and say, hi, what you doing, sitting in the bathtub relationship with NK. And that's what he said. New radar can detect over 300 targets at once, including micro-air vehicles, commander says. Earlier this week, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei expressed his gratitude to the nation's air defense troops, saying the Islamic Republic owes its security, quote, to their continued, quote, preparedness and wakefulness. So it says, in face of the regional and global threats. Their new radar systems are capable of detecting and destroying objects of any size if they violate the country's airspace. Alireza Sabahavarad, and commander of Iran Air Force, said. So this is kind of like their own defense system against any kind of objects. I wonder if that includes smaller objects. They say any objects. I wonder if that includes smaller drones or, some of the stuff that they've been doing with drones and explosives. Pretty crazy stuff. It says Sabah I can't say that, added that the systems presented at Wednesday's exhibition weren't everything that the country has in its arsenal, with some systems remaining hidden to maintain the element of surprise. Defense systems will be used to covert equipment when needed to make enemies regret their actions, so only a limited number of these systems will be unveiled today. I bet you half of that is because they don't actually really have that many, as far as I think that the countries that back them more so want to keep that to themselves. They don't want to give it to these crazies. They'll say, we'll back you up with the most advanced technology we have, but we're not going to give you some. I honestly, Dex, do you think that they would, do you think they are down to give them, like say Russia's most advanced technology? Do you think they would actually give it to them, or would they say, hey, we'll put this here and we'll have our guys standing by to use it for you? What do you think though? I would like to know what you think about that situation.
Hey Adam, sorry I was on the phone, but specifically what I think about which technology.
As far as if just in general, the most advanced technology that Ryan says that they had, and they didn't show all the rest of it. Do you think that they actually have all of their backers' advanced technology, or do you think, say, Russia or China, they're not going to actually give them the technology?
I'd bet they got anything that they would have most anything that Russia shares with its allies. I think Russia will hold certain things back for themselves. And we've seen them not do certain deals with China. There was certain things they didn't want to give to China because they didn't want it reverse engineered, right? Russia did. But I think anything that Russia puts out to its allies, I guarantee you, I would be shocked if
I would think it's
Ryan
more generic.
I
would think it's more generic stuff that everybody has, or at least it's on par level. So
right, but I would also not discredit and I don't say you're doing that, but just for people that don't know Ryan and the community there is a really, really strong tech group, a very big technology, oriented engineers. I've known many engineers from Ryan that they're pretty smart. So they actually have technology. I think they just deal with a lot of sanctions and not being able to get certain things. Obviously it's really difficult for them to build a nuclear power plant, right? Things like that. But they've got some pretty smart tech in tech schools and tech industry there.
Well, think about this. Is normally, so the problem with getting nuclear supplies into the country or out of the country, I guess, they have ways of doing it. And I don't think the regular people realize how much nuclear equipment is being moved at any given day in the world. But see, their country, they don't care if that comes in their border. I mean, they're the ones doing it. So they'll not only allow it, it's not like they have a problem getting it through their borders. It's like they want to get it through their borders. So they actually have to set up a perimeter around them to get nuclear equipment through all of this place. So it's we're just one incident away from a humongous disaster. And then we have Russia released secret footage of history's largest man-made explosion, a nuclear blast thousands of times stronger than Hiroshima. Now, a little bit earlier this week, this video obviously caught a lot of attention because it is a massive, massive explosion. It is an old school video, and I only imagine what kind of explosives we have now if this is what they were using 40, 50 years ago. It says Russia just declassified footage of the moments leading up to the Tsar Bomba blast, the world's largest nuclear bomb explosion. The blast was equivalent to 50 megatons of TNT, making it nearly 1,500 times more powerful than the Hiroshima and Nagasaki booms combined. It says for decades, footage of history's most powerful nuclear weapon was kept top secret. It says now Russia is offering a behind-the-scenes look at the moments leading up to the detonation of that hydrogen bomb known as the RDS-220 and formerly as the Tsar Bomba. And I think Tsar Bomba, I want to say they also have the Satan and the Satan II. Is it Tsar is the Satan, right? Isn't that? I'm trying to think if that's there was one that is another name. You guys in the chat can correct me here. I want to say Sar is another word for the Satan. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is because the Satan 1 and the Satan 2 are absolutely crazy. They can take out a actual state. Let's see here. It actually doesn't say. So I don't think this is the one. The other one that we have. Let's see here. Okay, that's the Sarmat. The RS-28 Sarmat is the Satan 2. And they had a name for it, though. It was a Russian name. Okay. Yep, it's the SS-18 is the Satan, and then the RS-28 is the Satan 2. So this thing, by this picture, you can't really tell, but this thing is just absolutely ginormous. I don't know if it has the measurements, but this thing is as big as a bus, and it would take out an entire state. It's absolutely ginormous. In fact, they have the website. I forget what it's called, but you can go and it's basically you can set it up and put the dot anywhere on the map. So say if you want to put it on Washington, D.C., you can see all of the different megaton booms and what they would do to that place. And it shows you the fallout and then the original explosion, the fallout, and then the kind of side effects and different diameters. It's pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out, we can probably actually link it. So as far as the declassified footage, if you haven't seen it, we will link it so you guys can watch that video. It's actually longer than I thought it would be. And then it is pretty classic, and the thing is ginormous. It's absolutely crazy. This is the video here. If I show it in the small screen, I should be able to show you a part of it. And it goes into this like propaganda thing where they show it being towed around, show things being cleaned up. It's like a documentary style video. Here, watch. And then this is when the gentleman sees it, and then the shock wave. This is one of the hugest bombs we've ever seen on video. And just imagine that how many years this is and what we have now. I'm sure they have the technology to destroy half the country. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear it in the chat. Let's see here. Again, Scooby-Doo Do Right, thank you. Snow White, Luna3377, thank you for being here. Awake 2, Thrice Well, Rocket Man, Jetpacked, 2 Rodmans. So yesterday we covered that story about the planes actually seeing a man with a jetpack fly to the left of their plane, and multiple planes saw it, and then the control tower was basically telling them about this jetpack man. I thought that was pretty funny. April Osborne, thank you for gifting subs. I saw you over on Joker's stream. Thank you for following me over. Good evening, Foogle fam from New York City, says Kaja Flygirl. And then we've got Dixie Doe, Ryan84, Renegade Petey, of course, Lady Mel, and Luna Soul again. Thank you. And then Chris Vigil, thank you for the super chat. Robert Tuteris says, God bless you, Adam. Glad you're back. Acts 238. Doc Bill from Canada says, Nerve agent Novichok found in Russia's Alexei Navalny. I'm actually going to cover that here in a second. We've got that news to cover as well. Ice Station Zed, thank you for following. May Eswards, thank you for subscribing. And then Paul Gallegos, or Galagos, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. You can always write a message there. If you guys want to protect yourself against a nuclear EMP or others, I actually saw a bunch of disturbing things in the comments yesterday. People don't understand that EMP shield. Somebody was saying that they said that, you know, these things, they know an engineer, and that engineer said that this wouldn't work. This is used by the military DOD, and that's why they're saying they wouldn't use it. The military and the government is not talking about any of the stuff they're doing with this company. In fact, they are equipping things from this company all over the place. Can't really talk about much more than that, but Again, EMP Shield is military tested. It is used by the DHS, DOD, and now they're officially on the DEMSO team protecting the Texas grid. This device, it depends on, they have multiple devices that cover range of things from your car to your house to your solar system. Again, people go, just get yourself a good solar system. Well, what if your solar system gets fried? That's why you should protect it with something like this. I honestly think this will save lives, and I've told people every single episode, if you do not want to support us, go through a different creator to get the discount, or go through them without going through us. You don't have to support us to get this. I've told people, and I guarantee you, people will end up thanking us if this happens. Again, it protects against all 3 phases of an EMP. It has been tested in real scenarios. That's another thing I saw. They can't test that. Yes, they can. And they have, and they're going to, and they're going to continue doing absolutely huge ones. If you think we've stopped testing for this kind of stuff, you are absolutely wrong. There's some scary things that they are preparing for. This is one of the contingency plans they have. Again, you can go to marfooglenews.com/EMP. I honestly think it's a no-brainer. But again, the mindset that we have to have is that they're doing it. Why aren't we? Why are we going to be dependent on them? Like I said in Katrina, what did the officials do when everything hit the fan? They went and saved their own families. So don't expect somebody to get your ass. All right, and then we're going to take our first call. Germany says Soviet-era nerve agent used on Russia's Navalny. Of course, thank you again, Doc Bill, for pointing that out as well. We're going to go over that here in a second. We're going to get our phone going. We have our first caller. In fact, the phone's lit up tonight. We have Wolf. Again, the number is 224-400 Marf. There's at least 2 spots left. What in the heck is in the sky? Has a video. What is this, Wolf?
Yeah, howdy, Adam. Saw something with the wife. Pretty crazy in broad daylight last Friday. And, of course, you were doing your report on the Cascadia, so I just couldn't wait for you to get back. I was like, oh, dude, I got to share this with Adam and the Foogle fam. So, yeah, the footage is decent. It's, on a phone, so that's what I had on me. Not perfect.
Whoa.
I didn't have a chance to go in and grab my Sony A7. But believe it or not, that's nothing. So before that, at a much lower altitude, well, I guess, oh man, where do I start here? This is pretty wild stuff.
This is Tacoma, Washington?
I came outside. Correct.
Oh my gosh, I think
And a few other people saw it.
Well, no, I think I didn't see this many, but I saw 3 white orbs when I was driving back, and it was actually a little bit past that. It was closer to Aberdeen, but yeah, no, this is crazy.
Yeah, so like something straight out of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I come outside because all the birds are making just this ruckus in the tree, and I thought that's kind of cool, and me and the wife thought, that's different. That sounds like so many birds that it sounds like running water. And so I just kind of came out in awe of that, thinking that they were just hanging out or something. And as I looked at the tree, all of those orbs ascended from, I don't know, about tree height. So pretty close. I got a pretty good look, pretty low elevation. And they just ascended like a drone. And at first, I didn't know what I was seeing. So I figured some sort of balloon release, but it wasn't a balloon. Well, maybe somebody blew a bunch of bubbles somehow perfectly all at once. Well, it wasn't that, but they were essentially glass-looking perfect spheres that were clear. And as they went up, I just kind of kept hoping that reality would be normal and that they would go up into the wind in a normal pattern and, kind of scatter like you would expect anything normal to do. And when that didn't happen, I was like, oh yes, maybe film this. So I was kind of awestruck for a minute there. But yeah, pretty wild stuff. And I'm really glad I wasn't the only one who saw it. And I'm really glad that I filmed it at the end there.
I'm going to ask right now, if you were in Tacoma, Washington, or anywhere in Washington and saw what this gentleman saw, please let me know. One thing it reminded me of is there's an ad that actually I tweeted for Greenland the movie, and it was kind of spooky because it reminded me of what video you just showed with the dots. Let me see if I can actually find this picture that they're actually sharing on Facebook, and it says coming in 1 month, and it's quite creepy actually. Let's see if we can go to here to myself, and then let's see. Let's at Marfoogle. I wanted to show you this because it kind of has the same angle, everything. Okay, so look at this. So this was the advertisement, and I don't know why that video you just showed. Well, what if that was people leaving Earth or something? That is just one little thought, like they were leaving, not coming. Well, great video, and thank you for sharing. We're going to link this to our website and send everybody over. In fact, this is High Strangeness, still not at 1,000, so let's help High Strangeness get to that point. Awesome video. Again, look at that. Can anyone else explain that? Do you think that those kites, I'm sure people are going to try to say that it's, that does not look like those lanterns. It doesn't look like much of anything. Looks like glass orbs. Is there one more thing you want to say before you go?
Yeah, I kept looking, thinking that it would be maybe some sort of drone party of a bunch of operators getting together and kind of having fun. So I kept looking for kind of the telltale signs of technology or even, a UAP or anything like that. But they kind of did maneuvers and geometric shapes and just strange little things. So I thought it was pretty authentic. I didn't know what I was seeing. A video you had done recently covering the patent on the Terminator-style liquid shape-shifting drones was about the only thing I could possibly even think that it could be, but I don't know. Pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, hopefully I'll do another video covering it in depth more here for the
Try to have that A7. What is it? A7 II? Try to have your good camera. I don't know if you have
A7 III. Yeah.
Do you have a telephoto or? It's harder to grab those kind of shots quick with the
I got a Tamron lens. Yeah, it's just kind of like a 78 to 32 or something like that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in, and I appreciate you, Wolf. And please keep taking videos and get crazy ones. If you guys have a video like this, please call in, share it with the rest of the Foogle fam. You can always tweet me as well. We can also call you. If you have a good enough video, make sure to tweet that to us, and we'll feature you. This is local, so I'm about probably an hour away from Tacoma. I saw 3 white dots, and I thought they were stars until one of them just like flew off, and I thought, oh, maybe it's a drone. The more I looked at it, though, it faded away. Then the 2 that were remaining faded and just disappeared. I thought the stars, it just didn't make sense. My wife ended up seeing something different, a red light that was super bright the same day. So if you see that kind of stuff, let us know. I think that there's something going on. Obviously, we have Space Force that has kicked in the last year and a half. They're doing something. They're preparing for something massive. They're trying to trickle out disclosure. It's possibly a huge distraction, or it's possibly something else. And then we have, of course, Germany says Soviet-era nerve agent used on Russia's Navalny. Again, that was the opposition leader to Putin. Alexei Navalny was poisoned with the same type of Soviet-era nerve agent used in a 2018 attack on a former Russian spy. It says the German government said Wednesday, provoking outrage from Western leaders who demanded Moscow provide an explanation. This kind of thing reminds me of history, where a third party or a country, not, who knows, maybe us, I don't know, goes in there and does it and makes it look like it's Putin, or it very well could be Putin. Most people would just say, yeah, of course it's Putin that poisoned his opposition leader. But I don't think he has to. That's just kind of, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you know the politics of how it works over there. But I'm pretty sure he has set himself up so he has power no matter what. So why would he, he's basically set up and... remember, otherwise, why would the whole government change out? I think something massive is coming, because think about just less than even 4 months ago or something like that, or it was January. I think it was January. The entire Russian government, the entire cabinet resigned. Why? They said it was possibly because he was trying to line up himself for power even after he leaves the office. I don't think so. I think he has ultimate power now. I think he's been doing this for years and set it up so he's going to die in charge of Russia or be taken out. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Why did all these Chinese scientists leave and resign? Why did the whole entire Russian government resign all in the same day? They basically changed it out. Are they bringing in people that they can trust or what? Why would they do that? Even if he did want to line himself up for power for the rest of his life, why? That's a question I ask you guys. Just saying. Thank you, Trash Panda. Stay safe, Foogle fam. Adrenaline, Johnny Doom, Unicorn Forest. I appreciate you, Michelle K, Tower Bear. Thank you for gifting subs. And then Melisano, Solar Doberman. And then, of course, Cali Kit Kat, Dev Bear B, praying for a new safe platform for us. Well, we're trying to build something that we can at least have and call our own. Tower Bear, thank you for the Ninja Guinea. It could be really small debris getting burnt up in our atmosphere. Talking about the previous video. That's a very good, that's more reasonable than most. And then Idaho Adam, thank you. Costco fleet of PLA, Trojan horse attack? Question. Costco fleet of PLA, huh? Like People's Liberation? I don't know. Miss Tubb, hello from Michigan. Thank you so much. And then Hexagon Peach, Aunt B, Shy the Coffee, Wickler. Thank you guys for being here. And then Mama of 6. Susan Donahue, thank you. You didn't. You actually did your praying for peace. I think peas, is that a peas emoji? Hashtag Team Humanity. Unstoppable Truth Bernard, Foogle fam, we love you. Thank you for all the work you do, and we try to spread your channel everywhere and hope people help. Unstoppable Truth Bernard, thank you and everybody else that sticks with me. Again. There's a lot of people that are fake fans. Like, I don't know why you would watch every show to complain about it. I appreciate you guys that don't, and the people that stuck up for me in the comments. Like, it seemed like there was 50 of the same comment. Like, somebody made 50 accounts just to say the same thing. Sounds like people I've known before. So, thank you guys for sticking up. It actually, as a creator, remember that your first few comments sets the tone. People won't even watch 5 minutes of the video. They'll read a comment, and it goes in the back of their head, and they go, yeah, that's what they're doing. It's herd mentality. They see a lot of people saying it. They don't even know it, but they're subconsciously thinking the same thing. And then we've got, here's what all of those black helicopters were doing zipping around Los Angeles last night. Remember when we covered this last year, they were doing all these crazy drills, picking up people off of the top of the roofs. This was a spectacle at the very least. It was a big deal because they had all of these drills all over the country. A lot of people covered this, myself, actually fewer than we should have had. But of course, Brian, you had RFB, you had all these people that are now gone that covered this. It's absolutely nuts. It says it is quite a bizarre spectacle, but the Army's Night Stalkers do this sort of training in big cities all across the United States. It says one of our readers reached out early this evening, September 1st, 2020, letting me know that he saw a formation of 4 MH6 little birds flying in tight formation over Interstate. That's a guy I don't want to mess with. Interstate 5 near downtown Los Angeles. I joked at the time that it will be just a matter of hours until people start freaking out due to an urban training operations they were likely about to execute. Just like clockwork, a few hours later, the sun had set and social media's posts began emerging. People couldn't understand what they were seeing. It says, how can you blame them? Watching blacked out little helicopters, most of which usually run with no lights, which is technically, I don't think that's supposed to happen, ripping low over rooftops, landing on tall buildings and quickly departing. Now, why in the city would they have no lights? What are they drilling for? Evacuating people with no lights on? Because of a disaster? Speaking of which, say Cascadia subduction zone. I saw same comment 5-6 times. They said, they always started off the same. I love you, Adam, but, or I love this show, but. And then they say acting like Cascadia is a big deal. If you guys have not learned over 3 years, Cascadia subduction zone will not just be 3 states. 21 states are preparing. They think that it's going to knock off and start a whole chain of events. We're talking about the entire country losing power if we lose the entire West Coast. I don't get how clear I have been. I know people that are working in that field, and I've told you that. That's why most of you guys are here. It is a serious thing, and it's going to affect you. If you're in New York and you think you're not going to be affected by Cascadia, you will be. At the very least, it will destroy our economy worse than any CV could, and it's going to be on top of CV if it happens, close to now. We're talking about an earthquake, a 9.0 that no one's ever seen before, so close to land. You will guaranteed know people that are in graves because of it. If you have family or anybody on the West Coast, it's going to affect you. So I don't get why people say it's not that big of a deal. It's the biggest deal we've ever seen in our entire history. That's why it's a big deal. And those are the same people that say they don't care about other people dying. Millions will die. Not 15,000. That's how many died in Japan, in the most prepared place in the world. Not by huge metropolises. This thing is going to be the video of what we remember from Japan, only hundreds of cities. And it's not a big deal. They wouldn't be doing that for this, though. Why would they have their lights on? In fact, they would have more lights on if they were trying to go in and save people from a tsunami. This is like a scenario, and it's probably a contingency plan for if they're drilling for a conflict or if we were invaded. Why else would they have their lights off? Doesn't make sense. Unless they're doing it to train for going to another metropolis, say doing it in another country, but they wouldn't be using these kind of small helicopters for that. These are like picking people up real quick. What do you think, Dex? I would really like to get your opinion on this. With all their lights off, doing these kind of drills, and they've done them before, and now they're kicking them up. They're kicking them up huge notches. What do you think of that?
Well, I even from other Foogle fan members, I'm hearing of drills in different locations. We continuously see more and more of these types of drills, and more activity. I mean, you just read somebody's comment about more activity. There's activity over here. There's activity over there. So for starters, I think obviously they're drilling to prepare, and they're obviously preparing for something. And I think that they know exactly what it is they're preparing for, because they're not going to be caught flat-footed on this.
So if people don't realize that they do contingency plans for real threats, that's on you. Sometimes I feel like I'm too nice. I'm telling you guys, this is something that I believe in my heart will happen at some point, and I believe it's going to be in our lifetimes. But people want to just get that out of their head. They don't want to think about the negative aspects of it. I think it's good to... I don't think it's good to think about it all the time. Unfortunately, we have to, because we're sharing it with you guys. But people need to not freeze when this stuff happens. And anybody that knows somebody in the military and knows what is going on, anybody that knows anybody in production or military production or the industrial military complex will tell you everything is shot sky high. Everything is happening quadruple, quintupled. The nighttime drills, I've showed you all of it. And they all talk about being at night. Just don't understand it. It says, and then get this. It says any action movie will tell you that, but the reality, and then by the way, I wanted to point this out. Ripping low over rooftops, landing on tall buildings, and quickly departing, and even flying down city streets is certainly concerning. Any action movie will tell you that, but the reality is it's the only the world's best helicopter pilots that are tasked with the hardest missions, practicing to fight future wars and respond to T incidents in what the Pentagon has dubbed mega cities. Are you kidding? Mega cities. The Pentagon used that word. Mega cities. If you don't know where that word has been used, I'm sure somebody in the chat will tell you. So, as far as that goes, I hope you guys, if you have watched for a long time, you've seen the factual evidence that we've shown you about how they have used eminent domain just recently to grab all of the night vision tubes used to make night vision goggles, almost like they don't want other people to have them, or they need a whole lot more themselves. Doing drills with no GPS, no power, no nothing in the United States. Depression, anxiety spike amid outbreak and turbulent times. Well, this is kind of like a no duh. Mental health therapist caseloads are bulging. Waiting lists for appointments are growing, and anxiety and depression are rising among Americans amid the CV. It says that in the latest study to suggest an uptick, half of U.S. adults surveyed reporting at least some signs of depression, such as hopelessness, feeling like a failure, or getting little pleasure from doing things. That's double the rate from a different survey 2 years ago, Boston University researchers said Wednesday in the Medical Journal. One thing I'll say about this, and this is just my opinion, is this is why we need to spend our time lifting other people up. Not saying, I love you, but everybody has something to complain about, and everybody has a nitpick for anybody. I'm sure if you are in the house with your family, you are probably picking at them more than usual, especially since a lot of you had to deal with your family through lockdown. Most people have a love-hate relationship with their own families. I feel like it was a great experience for me spending so much time with my family and my kids, especially my kids, in the last 2 years, being home and being able to see them grow and everything else. But not everybody thinks like that. Some people feel like they're trapped in their house. I think that everybody needs to get out and, you know, even if you are not physically able, say you might be overweight or disabled, try to reach out and ask for help. If you are in a wheelchair, ask for somebody, if there's a partner in the Foogle fam that can possibly take you out to see something like the river or something like that. Get some fresh air. It sounds stupid, but I guarantee you it will help you. Sometimes I feel hopeless. I'm sure a lot of you feel hopeless right now. If half of Americans are surveyed saying that, that means half of this audience is most likely feeling really crappy. And that's something that we can help. That's why I try to make this a no drama platform. And that's why I don't do negative videos. Because you guys already have so much going on in your own life. You don't need any more. You don't need to come to this show for drama. So I appreciate all of you guys that push each other up in the chat. I see it. I see you guys saying welcome and new people and asking them where they're from and how are you doing. That's amazing. Some people don't have that in their real life. So thank you guys. I love you so much. But you already know. If there's so many of us that are like that, then obviously we need more and more and more love. If you guys want to support the show, you guys can get a VPN through us. A percentage of this goes to us. If you get this, you actually get a bigger discount than if you just went on your own. It helps the show, and it helps protect you against anyone logging any of your information, and it puts you somewhere else. There's a lot of things that it does. You can, of course, go to marfooglenews.com/VPN and check it out. All right, let's get our next caller on, and then we're going to talk about this, and I'm also going to talk about pay low C. Oh, my gosh. The hypocrisy, and I'm not going to take a side here, but I will say just in general, the fact that she was able to get her hair done in a state where these places are closed down is just, it's such a picture. It paints a huge picture for the world, and it's not a left-right thing. It's just a general thing. People that are elite being able to get things done that normally can't be done. It's just crazy. We're going to go over to our caller, and it looks like we have Robin, and it's a first-time caller, and you have an object that crashed below South America. What's going on with this? Robin, you are
Hi,
live.
Adam.
What is going on, Robin?
Nothing much. Hope you're feeling better, though.
I'm getting there. I'm not. I don't think I'm CVing it, so hopefully that's a good thing.
No, don't want to go there either. The reason why I'm calling for tonight is because I watch YouTube all the time. I've been watching you for about a year. There's a YouTube channel, I guess you would call it, Mr. MBB333. He put up a video the other day of an object that had crashed at the bottom of the earth. I think you have it in your system.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you a screenshot. I don't know Mr. MBB33. I've actually reached out to him many times. I love his videos. He is one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch. But again, you guys make sure to go check him out. I'm not going to show his video here without his permission, but I will show you a screenshot of what she's talking about. That's crazy looking.
After I watched that video of his, I went on to an app. I won't name the app because I'm not sure if I can say it, but I went on to the app itself and I went and pulled it up, and it is there. It is definitely there. The same pictures that he has, the skid marks coming down, the object sitting in the snow, the shadows being casted. In fact, in that video that you have up on your screen there, throughout the video, he kind of turns it and tweaks it in different kind of views and stuff like that. It shows a part where it, like there's something reflective down in there. But when he went to measure the distance where it hit the, I guess you would call mountaintop, for lack of better words, where you could see the debris falling off the mountaintop where it hit the skid, it's like 3,000, I think he said 3,000 feet from the crash point till where it stopped at. And the object itself is like 250 feet long or something like that. So it's a pretty big object down there.
So is this a recent video from Mr. MB333?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he did it either this morning or yesterday.
Okay, maybe, I don't know why Google has not updated this, but the one thing, I thought it looked familiar, and I'm not trying to screw anybody up here, but I remembered, because I always watch Secure Team 10, that this object, I think, has been on Google Earth for at least 2 years. If you look, there's an article from 2018. It says, this weird Google Earth picture does not show a crashed UFO. And this person, I remember, because Tyler from Secure Team was like, these guys are tearing me a new one when I'm just saying, objectively that I thought that this was pretty crazy. Unless this is a separate or different one. But look at if it was turned sideways.
But when you go to look at the image now that's still there, I understand what you're saying, but when you go to look now at the image that's still there, you can actually see the skid marks. You could actually see the debris where it had fallen. I don't know what it was, but I found it interesting.
I think that there is definitely something going on there, and I think that they've had I don't know what that is. I think I originally thought that this was absolutely something that crashed. Why would they leave it on there? That's what I want to know. Why would they leave that image of that crashed object? It's definitely, or was it a meteor?
Yeah, or it seems like, or you would think that they would have updated the image by now and would have changed if that wasn't what it was. Or even if snow came through, why didn't the snow cover up the tracks or the debris that had fallen off the cliff? It's strange. It's definitely strange.
No. It's very, very strange. What do you guys think it is? It's definitely something that hits. It definitely looks like something that hit the ground.
Mm-hmm. I don't have no answers for that one. My opinion is a lot of us don't have answers for the things that are going on, and in the end, we will know all.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm going to have to check out the video, and I'm going to have to look. Again, I didn't know that would be the same object, but it appears like it is. But a bigger question is, why is it still there, and why is it still on there? I'm sure they've supposedly updated the thing since 2018. Doesn't seem right. Maybe it's almost like it's purposely there to make us know. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for calling in, Robin. You have a great night.
No problem. Hope you feel better.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
I didn't mean to. I mean, there's nothing I really could do. I thought that it looked like that object, and it does look like it is. I know that he's really good about that kind of stuff. He doesn't try to post stuff that he knows is, older or something. So I just want to let you guys know, like, Mr. MBB is one of the best YouTubers out there. I think that all of us have ended up, showing something like that. I think it's still weird. It doesn't take away from the fact that there's something in Antarctica that is a crashed object. I mean, what could that be? There's no air traffic down there. If it was a meteor, wouldn't it leave an impact zone? That looked like there was no explosives and that it cruised in, and they tried to make it as soft as a landing as possible, like somebody was in control of it as it landed. If you look at the pictures of it, it's pretty wild. There's no natural way that could happen unless there was I was thinking a crazy wind that would blow around the object and leave a trail. There's no way. But you guys can go over and check out Mr. MBB3 videos on that. Okay. And then a new CV advisor, by the way, which they've put in this guy, and I'm being very careful around this because we've lost our digital soldiers around here. Dr. Scott arrived at the House as a CV contrarian, questioning controls like the covers on our face. He has angered top health officials while pushing a suite of disputed policy prescriptions. So this gentleman is supposedly kind of the replacement for Dr. F. And everybody knows who Dr. F is, been in the position for 30, 40 years. It says Dr. Scott has argued that the science of covering your face is uncertain, that children cannot pass on the CV, and that the role of the government is not to stamp out the virus, but to protect its most vulnerable citizens as CV-19 takes its course. So this gentleman, I will say, over the next coming weeks, we're going to see this kind of replacement thing. I wonder how this is going to change the game as far as what is going to happen, what is going to be pushed, what is going to be suggested, and what the T-Man administration is actually going to do. Without going too much into this, Dex, again, this is kind of the replacement for Dr. F and Dr. Birx.
Well, yeah, that's, I mentioned this, Adam, a few shows ago when I was talking about seeing him appear on like an episode of Tucker. And I'm like, who is this guy? And then when he said he was on the task force, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the replacement, right? And then sure enough, T-Man rolled him out the next day and he didn't say anything. He just did an introduction and said his name and a little bit of his credentials, and that was it. But yeah, it seems like this is, as we said it back then, and as it's being confirmed now, and as we'll probably see lots of controversial articles from all different points of view, just like we did with the other doctors. It seems like anything in this subject is going to be hit hard on all sides.
I don't think it's right that you can't question, but then I try to look from both sides. Obviously, they're trying to keep control on the situation, and it gains like a snowball down the hill, and then you've got people going over the extreme end as well. But I mean, at some point, I think people are physically going to step up. I mean, it won't be online. I don't think the revolution will be televised. I think it will be in person. So I think everybody knows that's coming. They're not going to stop, as most of the public officials have said publicly, out in the open. They have said it's not going to stop. It's going to continue past November. All of this stuff. It's all a bunch of This, I'm sorry, not going at this from any other angle, just looking at this as a human being that cannot go get a haircut in some states. I remember when the salon was shut down, and I know a salon owner who owns a very, a strip mall salon. It's not a super fancy place. It's a place that has about 8 things or 8 cutting spots, and all of those people cutting hair were just basically told in the morning that it went on lockdown that, hey, you're not coming in. Almost all of them thought, what, am I fired? No, we're doing a lockdown and you can't come to work because we have to shut down. All of those people had super rough times. The $1,200 did not help any of the ones I've talked to, and the salon owner just happened to be one of the very few people in the world that owned a business and followed the advice saying, hey, you need to keep at least 3 months of rent in savings, which a lot of small businesses do not have. She ended up doing that, getting closed down, was able to keep her place 3 months while it was locked down. Then when it came back, obviously now we're talking about this again. So what this whole big hubbub is that Nancy went in, says she called a bunch of places, and this one told her that we can do a one-on-one appointment. We can't have everybody in the store. The store's technically closed, but we'll do a one-on-one with you. And of course, she went in and got her hair did it very fancy. It's an expensive place. And then that store turned in that video of her coming in. She did not wear a covering at all. She was being an absolute hypocrite, did not wear a covering, and got a hair appointment done, fancy hair appointment. That store released the video. So what she said, her response to this, which doesn't seem like a lot of people are saying, hey, you're not really taking responsibility. She kind of did that thing that kids do, like, when you say, will you say you're sorry? Well, I'm sorry he felt that way. I'm sorry that he is being a jerk. That's not an apology. She said, I'm sorry that they set me up. That's essentially what she said. Paraphrasing, I guess. She said, claimed she was set up. Couldn't believe it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, the other thing I heard about this, the reason the store owner released it was the store owner was closed, but they had rented, like a lot of these salons, they'll rent chairs, right? Or they'll rent out to other hairstylists, right? So this was someone else that was making use of it. And then the other thing I understand, and I'm not in California, obviously, and neither are you, but from what I understand in California, everyone knows that you can only go to a salon or a barber outside, and it's kind of like this big thing because you see all of these salons having tents set up outside in the parking lot because they're not allowed to do anything on the inside. So it's public knowledge that everyone gets their haircut outside now. And
they wear masks, and not only this, the job of being a salon artist or a barber or a whatever you want to call them, it's very close. You are extremely close. So if we're going on the reason that within 6 feet is dangerous, this woman's on top of her. I mean, negative space. They're in the same space. She's an inch over and in-lapped with her, and she's not wearing a mask, which all of us have to do. All of us normal people have to go. And if there is a place that's open, which, by the way, all those places had to close down, and they see her calling and getting an appointment, and I don't think it was like that. I think she obviously gets that. Maybe they set her up, but does that take away the fact that she knows better than that? She's forcing stuff on everybody else, but then she wants to get her hair did. It doesn't, it pisses people off. It made me mad. I hate wearing covering, but if you're going to get your hair cut, you have to. It's just, she knew better. She knew that indoors even, and in that state especially, you can't do an indoors. And if you're doing an indoor, come on. And her thing was, well, I trusted. My only fault was I trusted somebody. They told me the rules were this. No, come on. Revolver exclusive study. CV lockdowns over 10 times more deadly than itself. So what they're saying, and you guys can go to this article by yourself. Obviously, anything regarding this, people are getting knocked off. But basically, they are putting together all of the stats on suicides, home accidents, all these different things. And they're saying that it's actually 10 times worse when we are actually locked down. It says a groundbreaking new study commissioned by Revolver News concludes that CV lockdowns are 10 times more deadly than the actual in terms of years of lost life by American citizens. Up until this point, there had been no simple, rigorous analysis that accurately and definitively conveys the true costs of the lockdowns. According to Revolver News, set out a commission to a study to do precisely that, to finally quantify the net damage of the lockdowns in terms of a metric known as life years. So what they did is they basically found a system that they could do the math on this, and they are saying that it is allegedly 10 times worse for lost life for all of the country to be locked down. Do you believe that, or do you think it's total BS? I'd love to hear your opinion on that. SPSM says, Nancy says, rules for thee, but not for me. Exactly. Just the fact that she has told everybody else they can't do it. I guarantee you they're going to come out with a quote of her talking to somebody saying, oh, you can't get I'm sure there's going to be a hypocritical quote out there that she has said. Chazer152, which I thought it was 153, thank you for gifting subs. Serena A517, thank you for being here. Global Impact, thank you for being here as well. We had Alonzo123 just follow. As always, if you subscribe during the show, you will get a shout out. NewTube, thank you for following. Millennial Honky 89, thank you for following as well. Gone Girl 777, it is nice to see you. Taking a break off of riding your bike. Awesome. And then Troyo82, Stiletti, and then, of course, Gone Girl as well, saying, I've been MIA. I'm sorry. I'm having bad panic attacks. Things getting to me, end days. Well, Gone Girl, that's exactly why people should take breaks, and they should go off and get fresh air, go to the river, go somewhere. You have it lucky because you can actually go ride your motorcycle out into the country. That's what I would be doing. Also, I've been thinking about getting some sort of motorbike vehicle because if traffic is stopped, you're not getting out in a car. That's what I've been thinking about. Tip your beauticians, folks. By the way, thrice well, that's a great point. To anybody that is working a job that might go on lockdown again, think about that. If you can spare an extra $3 or $5 or $20 for that person cutting your hair, they might need it very soon. I think that we are going back into lockdown. Hi all, much love, Foogle fam. That's awesome. Thank you, Gone Girl. And then Go On Girl. I love it. Thank you for the diamond. Kind of a little bit close to Gone Girl. Jilly J and, of course, Unicorn Forest. Mandy, Veronica Powers of 9, says, best wishes to all. If anyone needs help in Minnesota, DM me on Facebook. Veronica Powers, Mom of 9. That's awesome of you. Amos Fleetwood, to hell with the drama. Make your intro as long as you want. That's what makes it real. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Amos. I appreciate that. Again, I think it was like the same person making 20 accounts. If you don't like the show, don't be a fake fan. You don't have to watch. It's voluntary. Another thing, too, is like if we have a 2-hour show and then I do either 5 minutes or an hour and a half of a shoutro, that's the end of the show. People complain, well, you did more time on that than the actual show. It's my show. In fact, I love doing music, and if I'm going to die in 5 years or in 20 years, I'm going to do what I like doing. And a lot of people do like it because it basically it's fun. So if you don't like the shoutro, that is the end of the show. You don't have to stay. It's just clever. A lot of people, I don't think, realize that every song that you hear on this show is made from scratch, live, with a looper. So it's kind of a niche thing. It's something I like doing. It's a hobby. If you don't like it, you don't have to stick around. I thought it would be a good way to thank the people that are here. Of course, everybody likes a silly jingle with their name in it. It was a service I could give back on. So I appreciate. Set up a Superfans account and brand new tube. I don't know what that is, but I do want to set up a new YouTube. I wish. Seraphina, Katie Jensen, thank you for your support. Christian Moore, maybe the cages are for the people not yet arrested. Christian Moore, I don't know about that video of the cages. I believe that was an ex-prison. If you're talking about that video, I don't know. John Raxness, don't be a goober. Hit the button for Marfoogle. For some reason, I still thought that was going to rhyme. Thank you, John Raxness. Thank you for your generous support of the show throughout the years now. Phoenix Rising, thank you from Canada. Appreciate it. You can always write something. Debbie Dew, Jimmy the Lip, love the show, Adam. I'd like to call in soon and tell you about a new video project I've been working on. The Truther Mixtapes, done in the style of 90s VHS tape. I'm trying to wake people up. Jimmy the Lip, I would love to see it. Man, I seriously love your style. If you guys haven't checked out Jimmy the Lip, he'll watch like old movies on his channel. He'll watch like 80s bad movies. It's great. Portland mayor leaves pricey condo after rioters try to torch it. Now, most of you have already heard about this. This is scary. It doesn't matter what side you're on politically. Again, we try to keep it neutral. Both sides are saying this is absolutely crazy. They're lighting places on fire with people inside them. If you are on that side and you believe in your cause, please take a look at this and say, this is beyond unreasonable. There's people in there. In fact, somebody who basically I thought was supporting you guys. I don't get it. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler has announced he's leaving his upscale Pearl District condo after rioters fireboomed the building on Monday, apologizing to his neighbors for the damage and, quote, fear, but he still supports the protests. Why, if you are a protester and there's somebody supporting you, why would you go after that person? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get that. But again, I'll stay out of it. I'll be telling you on Twitter. At Marfoogle on Twitter. Twitter. And if you guys don't want to be tracked beyond your phones, make sure to go check out eDeck, marfooglenews.com/eDeck. The bag, you can just put your phone in and boom, you're off grid. Savings code Marfoogle. Okay, let's get the next caller on.
Hey, Adam, real quick, unless you may have hit this earlier and I just missed it, but I know it's really important. There was a Ninjet. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
Okay. SPSM, which I know you got one of his other comments, but it's time to plant a garden and watch it grow. I believe they just changed their name to that too. I believe that's somebody who's been around for a while. Yeah, Ninjet, that's cool.
I'm sorry I missed that. Now I'm gonna have to go over it. Thank you. What I'm gonna do is, because there's only I think less than 2 hands of people that have ever done that, I'm going to make a list, kind of like what Sponge-A-Lot does, and we'll put you on there, because that's actually something that is extremely rare, and I think there's less than 5, I want to say there's only about less than 10 people that have ever done that. So thank you so much for your support, and you're good. Thank you. Baldy Locks Awake, Nancy was liquored up. I'm sorry, but she just reminds me of a family member that is a co-holic. The Smeagol, thank you, and SPSM, thank you again. Nancy says, rules for thee, but not for me. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, let's get, let's see here. Looks like Kyle is a first-time caller as well. Things in the sky, and he saw a UFO. Awesome. Kyle, are you there? How are you doing, Kyle? Kyle, do we have you? Kyle,
you're live, and the line's unmuted. So, and they just muted themselves again. Kyle, you're live.
It's okay.
We can hear you.
We'll wait. I can see the comments now.
Okay.
Kyle, how are you doing?
Hello?
We're here.
Are you there?
Yes, we are.
How you doing, Mark? I'm glad you're feeling better.
Now, is this Kyle? Your name is Kyle, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I know. Everybody's waiting for a guy.
That's okay. No, that's okay. I think it's awesome. All right. So
you're talking about things in the sky. I live in Arizona, and we're in the monsoon season right now. And last week, I was sitting inside. I was listening to all this thunder and lightning and stuff. And I'm going. I take care of my disabled brother right now. And I said, I got to go out and take a look at this. We need rain. And I came outside and I looked up, and the sky was totally black, except for this one round disc. And then it had a circle around the outside of it that was, you saw blue sky and clouds behind it. And I kept watching it, and it would move a little bit, and the sky would move with it. And then it moved back, and I'm going, whoa, what is that? And then all of a sudden I heard this sound, and it was like, whoa. It was like sucking your eardrums in, and I'm going, oh man, do I have a problem with tinnitus or something in my ears or something? And then it kept going on, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking Star Trek, and I'm going, Scotty, I don't feel like being beamed up. So I went back in because it kind of spooked me out.
How big was it? How big was it?
Then I got, it was huge. It was huge. And I'm going, it was up in the sky, so I don't know how big it really was, but it was huge just looking at it from down on Earth. And I'm going, I can't stand it. So I went back outside. All of that was gone. It was all black again, and the sound was gone. Now, I don't know if you've ever looked at the sightings in Arizona. If you look in the news and stuff, they had, several years back, they had all these lights in central Phoenix.
The
and
Phoenix
they got
lights.
pictures of them. Triangle. Okay? And I was down at my friend's house one door down before he moved, and he goes, look. And I was looking at it, man, and it was a star. And it would move over to the left, and then it was stationary. And then it would move down, and it was stationary. Then it moved right, and it was stationary. And then it was gone. Just, I mean, you're looking at it, and it's gone. And that's when he hit school, and it was October, so that wasn't a good thing. But
so that's exactly.
I saw that the other.
By the way, so that's exactly what I describe as my first sighting ever when I was a kid during Hail Bop. Also, it was a triangle that moved, and then my second sighting ever when I was about 13 was a star that was clearly a star. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, and I bet you a bunch of you have done this. Have you ever used something for a reference? So you'll look and you'll use your roof, and you'll say, okay, that's a star, so I'm going to look at it with the roof and see if it moves. If it's by the roof and then all of a sudden the star goes like this.
Right.
Because if you're looking at a star, you can't really tell if it's moving. Sometimes your eyes will make it look like it's moving. So that's why I line it up with something. This one I did that, and all of a sudden it went boosh. And then there was a tree. It was all the way over on the other side of the tree. Then it went down. Then it went up. And then it disappeared. So if you guys have seen that, let us know.
Exactly.
It's weird, isn't it?
Exactly. But because at Jim's house, I'm looking up, and it's way up there, so you couldn't really do the roof thing. But down in Phoenix, when they had all the triangles and everything down there, I mean, it was like, forgive the thing, a mothership, and then all these other little ones around it, and they took pictures. It was on the news, you know, and it was like, whoa. And so it was just bizarre. And but yeah, that's what I saw. But the sound, I'd never heard the sound before, and it was like it was sucking your eardrums in, and it was like, oh my gosh, you know. And my girlfriend said, did you get a picture? I'm going, no, I left my phone inside. I just wanted to come out and see if it was going to rain, you know. And that's what Dex asked me too. And I'm going, no. So it was like, okie dokie. But yeah, it was amazing. And then as far as the EMPs, I've got one for my house. I got one for my truck. I got one for my van. And I called him up, Marf, and I said, did I get the Marfoogle discount? And he's a cute little guy. I'm older. He's a cute little guy, and he goes, I don't know. Let me look. And he goes, no, you didn't. I said, okay, well, we do. And he goes, I'm refunding you right now. And he refunded my card right away. There you go. I feel so much better. I have this device on my house and my truck and my van. It ain't even funny. So anybody that doesn't get it needs to really, really think hard about it. They really do. Because I know if anything goes awry, my house, I don't have to spend thousands of dollars rewiring everything in my house. And if I need to bail, then I've got a vehicle to do it. So
well, and you probably know, if you have a lightning strike, if somebody is like, we don't have it so much here, but like Dex lives in Georgia. He has had so many lightning strikes close or near his house that Dex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's actually burnt out parts. He actually bought like 20 of these little internet adapters because of a certain part in his house that always fries, and because it's cheaper than doing a whole protector. So some people have that issue. That's cheap. You know, it pays for itself then. Well, thank you for the testimonial, and thank you for calling.
Definitely.
Next time, yeah, always try to have your phone
you're
on
welcome.
you.
I've watched you since you began. So this is an old woman signing off, saying thank you, and keep up the good work, dude.
Well, thank you so much, and you have a wonderful night. Kyle, love it. Is it Kylie? Is it Kaylay?
Kyle. No, I'm a 4-letter word.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, thank you, and have a great night. Bye.
You too, honey. Bye-bye.
All right. I literally love my Foogle fam. We have some of the funniest people in our family too, like just genuinely funny senses of humor. That's a thing too, like Gone Girl or anybody like you, if you're stressing, remember, go watch some funny stuff. Watch something that's humorous. Humor can really, really do a whole lot. Not to sound like Patch Adams here, but it really does help, and you have to be able to laugh about this stuff. That's why we try to say, just keep it positive. When it does happen, we won't freeze up, and we're going to deal with it as it comes. Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. I think that's a cute name. We're thinking of baby boy and baby girl names because we still don't know what it is. We, of course, have a 1-year-old, and in just a couple months, we're going to have another baby. And, of course, our 5-year-old and my 14-year-old. So I'm working on 4 kids. And the 4th one is coming, and I have a feeling it's going to be a boy. But again, I've been thinking about girl names, and a lot of you guys have made suggestions. I have picked one for a boy, which came directly from one of my mods. J-Stone picked a name that I was basically set on. So that's pretty cool. And then if it's a girl, though, I don't know. Kyle, or what about Johnny as a girl name? That would, not in today's age. People would think something else. Cries 2797, thank you so much for your generous support. And Gone Girl 777, thank you. Says EMP Shield, thank you. Gone Girl 777, again, thank you for supporting the channel throughout everything that's been going on. M. Menching says, always a very interesting show and callers. Cricket G, thank you for subbing. And Kaja Fly Girl. Just to go over and then Make sure I'm hitting. My daughter's name is Sawyer. I love that name. I'm a girl, Ronnie, says Chakra. Cistern Christ says Samantha. I love it. Rizar, my daughter, is Sonia. Rizar, I love that name. Who cares? Well, you should. What does Mrs. Marf say? Get back to work, go away. No, I'm just kidding. She usually says, she thinks it's a boy too, because of how it's sitting. Oh, not true. Somebody says, I have a good friend named Johnny with an IE in Arizona. That's a good name. Bobby. I like that one too. Classified 420. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lady Green Eyes, what's going on? We've got Lisa R. Hall. I appreciate all of you that showed up to the live show. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you as well dealing with all of the shout outs. All right, Dex. We have our next caller, which is actually another first-time caller, it looks like. Is that correct? Or no, I'm sorry. Fredo has a video of orbs. What in the heck?
Foogle.
Okay, Fredo, you got a video here. What do we put here? What are we looking at?
Marf, it's your little white orb. I've been on your show a couple times. It's the Tree Cascadia, if you remember.
I do. That's why I
Changed
thought
the name.
There we go. So I did remember. That's why I said, "Oh, it's not."
You got your little white orbs. Those are the ones. Those little orbs were the ones I filmed about a year ago. That they follow me around. They're actually all over the place, constantly. I don't know, monitoring. I don't know what they are. Some type of probe. But I got videos, a couple videos there. You can see these white orbs, and they disappear, and they do all kinds of crazy.
You there? You cut out there for a second. Dex, if we
Hey, Adam.
Yeah, can we try to get him back
still
on?
Here. He looks like he's connected, but he may have dropped. So
It sounds like he might be out in the country. I'm trying to remember where Tree Cascadia was. What's his new YouTube name then? All right, let me pull up the video. So that was definitely a white orb. I love how many videos we're getting of these like great freaking videos. I think it's catching on. You know, another thing too is people aren't sending them to Secure Team 10. It's like Secure Team 10 like disappeared off the face of the planet with 2 million subscribers. I hope that he can get his mental stability up and start going. I mean, if there was ever a case of like, I don't know, I think he was truly being like, people don't believe he was being attacked. I think something was going on. Or it was inside of himself or something. I'm praying for him. I loved his channel. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. And then entities in this video play at slow speed. So I'll show this other video by Tree Cascadia, or AKA something. I'll see what this is here in a second. Fredo F. I guess we helped Tree Cascadia here get to 1,000 subscribers in, I believe, one day. Legendarella says he was being harassed talking about Secure Team 10. Oh, I knew about that. I mean, some of his guys actually came over and kind of messed with us too. I just ignore it. They even go like savage. Some people go savage. I mean, if you guys don't know, that's the thing too. People don't realize how much we go through as YouTubers. Everybody has access to us on their phone. They can just go and see us. I
got him back.
Pretty scary. We go through a lot of stuff you guys don't even realize. All right, let's see here. Kyle, I'm sorry, Fredo, we have you back?
Hey, I'm here. Okay. Wow. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay. All right. Sorry. I don't know what that was. That was very strange. But yeah, I was on your show a while ago. But I film these orbs constantly. They're around all the time. you can actually see them in the reflection of your cell phone sometimes, you know, the black screen. But you won't be able to see them with the visible eye. It's a little strange. But I've been filming these anomalies now for a very, very long time. And the stuff that I capture is absolutely out of this world. It is, I still can't believe half of it myself. But these orbs, they're everywhere. In my video, Houdini's plane, I show one basically tracking me, and it'll vanish, and then it'll like make sure I'm like not paying attention, and then pop back up again, and I'll catch them on their second run, and once they track that I'm filming them, they disappear again.
Well,
Can you hear me?
so you look at them
Okay.
and they're definitely not stars, right? So they're orbs.
They're
and
not.
do they
Okay,
move?
they're spheres. They're spheres, and they almost look like a mirror, like you were spinning a mirror in the air, but they're circular. Okay. They give off like a strange, almost like a prism type color when you get a really good close look at them, but they're definitely spinning, and they're definitely small white orbs. I can't tell you what exactly they are, but I can assume there's some form of probe, because I've gotten these things tracking me for, I've been filming this stuff now for a couple years, just nonstop. Anytime I bust out my camera, I capture some craziness. So, yeah, but you see, I have them in the two videos that Dex put up there for you to take a look at.
So,
but I have one where it's literally. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, Fredo, I see. I've shown all three videos now. As far as
oh wow, okay. So I don't know if you were able. The last video, did you play it in slow mo?
No, I did not. What was I looking for?
Okay, well if you put that video in the slow setting and you look to my left or right, you're gonna see these beings that are here. A little recap. I died 5 times. I spent 67 days in a coma with no recordable brain activity and a 1% chance of living. And I'm here. Okay. Ever since, I see things. Well, some people call it the veil. Some people call it, the barrier between us and whatever's going on. It's gone. It's not there anymore. These entities are everywhere. And I've been picking them up for a couple years, but not to this extent. In that video, I must have captured.
Are you talking about when you're talking, sir? Are you talking about when you're talking in the car? So it's not a sky video; it's of you in the car, right?
No, it's the last video where I'm just kind of walking.
Okay, that's what I mean. But it's from down up of your face.
Yeah, to the left and right of me. Oh, no, on my face, I don't even, I'm glowing. If you look at me, at the end of the video, I actually start glowing. And these things can't come near me when I start glowing.
Okay.
Well, whatever they are,
is there
I
a
have
timestamp?
Fredo, very good.
Fredo, I need you
Those things are through the
Fredo, I need to.
It's through the whole video.
Fredo, I need to get a word in. Is there a?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So, is there a timestamp on Valley of the Shadow of Death? Is there a timestamp? Because there's some parts where you actually put some writing on there, which I'm trying to figure out where to put slow-mo.
Okay. Okay. The writing in the middle is when I start to glow. Because that is a pitch black field. There's nothing in that field that I'm in. I'm walking through. So that writing that's in the middle, after that, you'll see me light up like a Christmas tree. You can't see my face. You can't see my body. I'm just completely white. Before that, because once I glow, they can't come near me. Before that, you'll see my face glowing and a little bit of my chest, and you'll see these things literally popping in every few seconds to show their face.
Can I ask, what is this? Is this an older phone? It's very hard to see anything, really.
It's not an older phone. It's a newer phone, but I'm in a pitch black field.
Okay,
So there's no light around me. There's no way for light. The only light that's coming is whatever light is coming off the cell phone.
Okay, I get you.
So that's why it looks a little grainy. Yeah, that's why it looks a little grainy, because, cameras now, they don't really film that great at night vision.
It's trying to adjust for it's high ISO in the little tiny camera phone. No, I get it. And I see the things popping in on the left and right. What I'll do is I'll link this video so everybody can actually go see it, and then they can judge for themselves. I was just confused on what time I should start it at. Again, there was some mixed in parts there where I was talking about other stuff. So I'm glad you pointed that out. I did show all 3 videos, and I appreciate you, Fredo. We'll make sure to tell everybody and send everybody over.
Thanks, man. Hey, you know what? I didn't get to thank you. Thank you for sending the subscribers and giving me 1,000 subs. That was amazing of you. Marf, I've been watching you a long time. I've been on the show a long time. You're amazing, dude, man. Keep it up. Rock and roll. And just a quick tidbit for those who are having like panic attacks and freaking out. It's because of what's in that film that I captured. That's why people are freaking out. If they take a very clear quartz crystal and wrap copper wire around it and keep it with them, it will stop. It will go away. So just so people can know, something to help out a little bit. I was given that information by something not of this world. So, and it works.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Rock and roll, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Fredo. And you have a good night, and God bless. We have, again, let's see here. Somebody said, who was this? Absolutely love the callers. Thank you guys for by the way, I was, it's hard to hear sometimes when people are on the phone. I love that people are being positive. Somebody said, I love listening to Hardman. If I correct somebody or something, that doesn't mean I'm mad at them. The thing is when you're on the phone on the other end, it's hard to hear me. And it's also, sometimes I do have to kind of assert myself in there because it depends on what carrier they have. We've actually kind of done a survey of some of our callers. For whatever reason, our system, it makes me quiet. So that's why we were having all those issues. We constantly try to make things better on the show, especially for the callers. Before, they would have to sit on hold for an hour and not hear the show. And then when they got on, they would have to pause the show and all this. Now they can listen while they're on hold, which is great because then they know where we're at and they're not missing it to call. So appreciate your guys' patience. That caller, Tree Hashketeers, has been around for at least 2.5 years. We actually helped. We did a love mob, and in one night we got him that 1,000 subscribers. And he's grown since then, because I remember he's grown another 200 subscribers on his own. So that's a really awesome. He does get good videos. As far as the nighttime cell phone videos, it's hard to tell. I hope that people can go do some research, because there are very affordable, cheap cameras, good cameras for like $150, $200, used for $100. Cameras that you could go out and take videos. There's old Zoom cameras that are amazing for $50, $60, $70 at pawn stores. So if you need a better quality camera than your phone and you want to take YouTube seriously, go out and hit the pawn shops and things like that while they're still open. Somebody said to check out the Schumann. Grace, for you too. Thank you for the Ninjagini, but also said, Adam, check weird consistent pattern on Schumann past 10 hours. So this is 9/2. Look at this. I don't know if this would show us. What? Wait a second. What? Does this make sense? I'm not an expert, but that looks like something just flatlined. Do you guys get this? I'm not good at this stuff. There's other channels that are extremely good at this. I'm not. What is that? Why did the Schumann resonance just go shoo? I'm trying to look to the chat to see. Lauren Nicole says, what is going on with that? Remember to thumbs up, fam. Thank you. Adam Molecule, cleanse your crystals in salt water. Bella Starseer says, it's a vibration, Marf. I have never seen it blank like that before, says JL. Deep State of Mind says, that can't be good. Ben Alexander says, broken. No, not normal. Me either. It's normally like that, says Prepper Chichi. Pamela, intention, vibration. So this is what I'm talking about in the middle. That part. Is it always like that? I don't know. You guys can correct me. I never claim to be the smartest man on the world. I do sometimes think I am the most silent. That's a good one. Wow, Schumann flat, says Gone Girl 777. Grace for You Too says, no, it's not. So, I wish, we're going to, you know what we're going to do is we're going to end up talking about this tomorrow. First off, though, I want to show you guys some predictive programming that I thought was just really creepy. So first of all, the 1 month thing going from the Greenland movie ad that's like popping up everywhere now. But also the last scene, everybody's talking about Bill and Ted's, and most people would say, oh, it's Bill and Ted's, this is a stupid movie. Bill and Ted's, by the way, was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Number 2 is definitely my favorite. If you're older than the Bill and Ted crowd, that's fine too. I would highly recommend it. It was in the 90s. I want to say 90s. Absolutely just the dumbest funny movie ever. The new one, I think they could have done better. Keanu Reeves, wow, he's getting old. But the creepy stuff that was entailed within, just kind of spooky. How they'll put it in the dumbest movie, but the scene there, that was too creepy to look over. The whole Jupiter in the background, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I took a picture of it and ended up tweeting it. Again, if I see stuff like this, I usually put it on my Twitter. So let's see here. Check this out. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, everybody that is sending pictures, I'm tweeting all of these. I'm going to start retweeting all of the crazy pictures I see. Thank you guys for sending me these. These are all negatives. I asked you guys to do a negative of the video last night, and apparently there was something weird there. Somebody said it was just a cloud, but if you look at the original video, it's just black. So just the fact that there's anything there, and it looks like it's a clear night with no clouds, that was crazy. That's from last night's show. The Greenland movie, and then this. Look at this. This is the apocalyptic scene where time and everything is falling apart on itself at the end. This doesn't really spoil anything because it's in the trailer as well. And that's another thing. It was in the commercials. It was in the trailers. This is the kind of apocalyptic scene in Bill and Ted's. And it shows Jupiter coming towards Earth. And when they save it and reverse it with whatever happens, I won't spoil that, it then shows Jupiter farther away, and then it just all of a sudden it stopped coming towards Earth. Now, I'm not saying Jupiter is going to hit Earth, but I think Jupiter is quite possibly one of the biggest chatter pieces under the fact that Jupiter was blocking all these asteroids, and now Jupiter is somehow going to move out of the way and let all this stuff in. They also think that there's lots of stuff related to it, that something from Jupiter may... that Jupiter was taking all the brunt of all the stuff hitting us. Saturn. You know what? I have said Jupiter so many freaking times, and it is Saturn. You guys are... That's why I am just an idiot. I meant Saturn, and I don't know why I did not catch that. So you guys just totally corrected me there. Now, I also want to show you some of this other stuff. So as far as, let's see here. Specifically what I'm thinking is the rings around it have all of these kind of asteroids here. And the fact that they have Saturn in here moving towards Earth. Or some people said it was Nibiru or Planet X, right? It was a secondary, it was a different planet than what we actually had. Okay, and then... I also wanted to show you some of the weird... Oh, man. What did I found it here. Let me see. I wonder if I can still find it. Everywhere it was getting posted was actually getting taken down. Let's see. Now the End Begins. 2016's children movie called Hedgehogs depicted a global pandemic originating in Asia that could only be stopped after a vaccine was given. Look at this. Is that not creepy or what? Respiratory epidemic is about to be eliminated, and it shows them wearing masks. Domestic biological doctor Hoang. Is that not just freaking creepy? And then there was another one here. Oh, I just saw it on another one too. Let's see here. Let me play this so I have commentary here. And unmute.
This company is draining resources for secret side projects and driving this company to bankruptcy.
No, towards the future. Listen, can any of you think beyond next quarter's numbers? To stay relevant, we need vision. Since this guy came along, the software has become bloated, slow. Frankly, the last update that we had took us backwards in terms of design and efficiency. Look, the work I'm doing in digital immunization technology is going to take this company to another level. Imagine a chip that can tell you when your vaccine is outdated.
Biotech. That's what you blew. $400 million.
Whoa. Where did you get that figure?
From your financial records. Draining resources for secret...
By the way, $400 million is also another number that you guys should look at. That is so spooky. It is like just scary. As far as there's another video that shows that there was another instance of something happening on the news, and in the background it showed basically a sign, an advertisement, and it said 2020, and it showed like a screen in the back of the newscaster saying that Team N won. And then in the other screen it was riots, and it wasn't photoshopped. It was extremely weird. And I was trying to find it, and now it's all of a sudden gone. So if you see that shot, and it's a video, it's not a photo, so it would be extremely hard to actually fake it. Now, did they go through the effort to make a fake video of that? I don't know why. And she's not even talking about that stuff. The reporter is talking about something completely different. And then, oh man, the Purge election year. A lot of people are talking about that as well. The original Purge, just man. My question is, if you see predictive programming, please, and I wanted to explain this in clear thought, please let us know. Best place is on Twitter to post that. If you see something current or even in the last 5 years or even 20 years that somebody hasn't noticed before and you see that, let me know about it. There's a whole list of videos that I'm actually going to end up posting and little parts that I have noticed that have actually just straight up predicted things. And people ask if this is real or if they say it's a conspiracy theory. If you know how much Hollywood is involved in a lot of this weird stuff, then you start to go, oh my gosh, this stuff is real. What do you guys think, though? Do you think it's BS? Do you think that there is anything such as predictive programming? Do you think that there are certain elites in Hollywood that do this? Do you think they do it as a joke? Do you think it's a sick joke? Or do you think it's just coincidence? Chazzer152, love the Foogle fam always. Thank you, Gone Girl, creepy predictive programming. Be excellent to one another, says Kaja Flygirl. Winnebago, thrice well, panic, even the dark controllers. Symbolism everywhere. Also, if you've never seen, there's symbolism everywhere. I was surprised the other day somebody called me out because I didn't notice. I said it was weird that Kim had his hand in his jacket. If you guys don't know what that is, it's pretty obvious. I totally didn't. I don't know why I didn't make that connection. It's the Masons, the symbol of the hand in the pocket, the hand in the jacket. I forget what it's called. You guys can tell me here in the chat. Time will tell. Gone Girl. Yes, great show. Thank you. Russell Watkins. We need Socrates. Yeah, like Bill and Ted. Nikki and Hickavoig. Look at the end of I Pet Goat. It shows Saturn and asteroids. Was it Saturn? That's where I was thinking. I don't know why I kept saying Jupiter. It shows Saturn and asteroids. That's actually copyrighted. I can't show it. I did once and it took me down. I'm going to go look. FNA Van Life says, nice to meet you in Ocean City last week. Thank you for all of the YouTube advice. We're working on it. Hope to see you living in a van someday. That is super awesome. So FNA Van Life, if you guys have not gone over, by the way, okay, this is not an official love mob, because I think for an official love mob, everybody should be going over here. Check this out. I actually planned on doing this on a Saturday. Okay, hold on. But I want you guys to... These were the nicest couple I have ever met. And I told them that we wanted to get a van like this at some point. They have a really awesome hand-built van. These guys need to get to 10,000. You know why? They can't do YouTube stories. They can't do all sorts of stuff. And we need to help them get over that 10,000 hump. I promise you by tomorrow, if we get them to 10,000, I will do, either way, I will be doing a giveaway via Twitter in the next week. But I will do it even sooner if you guys can get these guys to 10,000 subscribers. These guys were so cool. They are the sweetest couple I've ever met. They travel around in their van, and they were in Ocean City, which I think they probably have videos of it coming right now. But I met them at the beach, and it was so weird because we moved spots. We ended up parking next to them after parking kind of crooked. So we moved over to this van, and they had a thing, and then we started talking, and they said that they did YouTube. Obviously, they have a huge van, and it was just, what are the odds of that? But they actually do this full time, and they just need to get over that hump. Once they get stories, they can actually do what every YouTuber should be doing, is stories every day, and it grows when you're smaller. You need YouTube stories and all that. So I hope you guys can all check out FNA Van Life. We're going to connect this on our website. You can go to marfooglenews.com to find them. If you guys haven't, please do. These guys really deserve it. They are sweet people. It's the Foogle family way that we help out others, and it doesn't cost you a thing. All right, 2 old people on a couch. Prep food and water the next 2 months might be crazy. We have a conservative news channel. Please check us out sometime. Ignorant and ridiculous, but we have fun. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 2 old people on a couch. I love the name of your channel. Complete Home Renovations. Michael Ray says, Adam, the voice of one, heard by millions, followed by not enough. Again, we have close to 4,000 watching over on... actually, we have 3,000 on YouTube. Thank you guys for the massive turnout over on DLive. Suzanne, everyone hit the like button for Adam, Twisted Luck Truth. You helped me reach 500 subs. Thank you, says Twisted Luck Truth. Absolutely, no problem. I think that's 400 more or 500 more, or I'm sorry, 250 more in a call. Merry Christmas 2.0. Aliens are fallen and their offspring. This part of the Great Deception, the Bible warns about repent and be baptized in Jesus' name. Leanne Faree says, do a show about pew pew rights. Of course, ding ding. You can't even do that hand signal. Did you know that? Ask the law to call in. What will disqualify you, and what can be done to restore the rights? Love you, Foogle fam. Starfire3 says, love you, Marf and Dex. Lisa K says, I ordered the EMP shield yesterday, and it shipped today. I am grateful. That's awesome, Lisa. Thank you so much for supporting our show as well. Jarrett Lavezzo says, nothing when you could have. You can actually write a message there if you want. Get to know us. Lola Cafe, Cage Free, Vero Barrow, and Zeke White. They are uncensored vid hosting sites gaining speed. I love it. Michael Herring, I've been under stress and anxiety. I've been using colds. CBD, okay, yes. No, that's awesome. And Wes Romans, you make good music, man. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate that. Again, all the music is made with a looper from scratch on the show, so I don't claim it's the best. But it's mine. Zeke White set up a Superfans account. Thank you again. And then Backwoods Ingenuity. Live free, travel light, work hard. Much love, Foogle fam, Adam, Dex, and Mods. Predictive Programming in art from Homefront in the Revolution game. I did see that. Somebody tweeted me that. And again, thank you guys. And then make sure to check out FNA Van Life. I'm telling you, this couple is so sweet. They are awesome. They deserve it. If they can get to 10,000, it opens up a whole range of other features in YouTube that you need. So please, guys, only 1,500 of you of the 3,000 watching can go over there. Dex, are you there?
Yes, Adam, I am here. Sorry about that.
Oh, man, you just about took my ear out.
I know, the mute button was stuck.
Do you know what time it is?
Well, I know what time it is in the show. Do you want to know how much time's left?
Yeah.
You're coming up on it. You've got about exactly 9 minutes before we hit that 2 hour mark. So
okay, and there's a reason we do under 2 hours. It's because it won't process anything but the first 2 hours if we go live. So it is now officially time for the shoutro. It's not an outro. It's not a shout out. It's a shoutro. Can't find the lever. Thank you. Oh. Just want to remind you, folks, you can go to marfooglenews.com to find all of our callers tonight. At the very end, it will be updated by the end of the show. In fact, if I refresh this, you'll see that everything is there, including all of the links for all of the videos and every single article we have gone over today. Thank you, guys, and thank you to the new patrons. We will be doing a show tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Be safe. Be prepared. And be a bad man's goddamn it. Christmas 2.0, Backwoods, Ingenuity, and everybody else here, and Nikki, in Hickavoy, and everybody heading and steady and rock steady. F and a Van Life, go check them out. They're the homies, and they are really, really proud of what they do when they live in the van, but it's not down by the river, and oh man, they're nice. Gotta go back rice. All right, let's find a good one. I think we made this one on Thursday night. Was it Thursday? Was it? Only 350 subscribers. Went over back and go and a lighter. F and a Van Life, gotta go check them out. Gonna bring them back now, oh proud. If you're still here watching this, gotta go and change this. Do the 10K going back one way. I'm about to go back home, sing, oh way. Gotta bring the adrenaline back and enchanted by you and kiss the sky at that. Gotta do it the Mary XX, a jam and gent, and everybody got checks. Gonna humana, hey. Humana, hey. Humana, hey. Humana, hey. D-Live 420-inch in the bayou. Everybody getting funny with the world news. And hey, thank you for the 5 on lemons. We're over on the D-Live digital, and then I've gotta bring back like Tom and Brandon. I'm gonna go back round and respect the women. I ain't singing like a Jim and Jim. Lucky Ticket 2 and Girl and everybody too. Gonna bring it with the Lisa Ho and the Philly Pooh. Everybody knows it all. Jimmy the Lip and the 80s style videos he produces, and the mommy on the get. So I'll bring it back with the DFW, Jaggy and the Shastina. Everybody shout. Humana, hey. Humana, hey. Philly Pooh and a one mama one. Barefoot last and everybody fun. I'll show you them top contributor. Going thank you for all of your support. Going back in the war and the back and forth with the lemon wars. Thank you. Gotta bring it on down. Gonna bring it on down. Gonna bring it on down. Gonna do it and everybody knows now. Gonna bring it back. Gonna bring it back. Humana, hey. Humana, hey. Humana, hey. and one and mommy one. Gonna do it like we had no fun. SPSM, SPSM, thank you. 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 Got a gun, girl, going back down. Gotta get an F in a life on now. 8.85. Gonna bring it back, oh my. Just wanna go, send you to go. So, time for another umbrella. It's mine. Oh, so nice. Gotta bring it on down. Thank you, SPSM, thank you. Thank you, SPM, for being our top contributor tonight over on DLive. There was over 3,000 watching on both platforms. I appreciate you guys. I can't say enough. Thank you for supporting Dex and I in our journey to become a real news agency.
I'm voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for Joe Biden.
No.
Window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Looking outside of my window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Looking outside of my window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Marfoogle News, where are you? Only news I use. Marfoogle News. Gotta go back down with that back down. Suzanne went down, twisted lock now. Gonna bring it back, gonna bring it back down now. I'm gonna do it just like on that now. Everybody want no gusher love. Gonna bring it back from up above. One more mom and the Lord imagine. On 5 with the gun girl, 7-7. Gonna bring it back and down and now. Where are you, Marfoogle News? Now only news I use. Marfoogle News. Marfoogle News. Where are you? Only news I use. Marfoogle News. Marfoogle News. Where are you? Only news I use. Marfoogle News. Ron's looking outside of my window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Looking outside of my window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Gotta go back down, everybody knows. Got to go and gotta close that door and that window. Cause Pepper, Chichi, Paul, Shaggy, and Kulu and gonna go back now and know it, jam and know it. Everybody know that Jam and the Scrappy Flow. It's just gonna bring it back. Gonna say the mama say it's gonna go back on with a still we cap a tap a tap. I'm gonna bring it back, gonna bring it back. Gonna bring it back, gonna bring it back. Gonna love it just like that, like that, like that, that, that. Merry Christmas 2.0. Thank you for your support tonight. F and Van Life. I hope you get there soon. We're going to do another official Love Mob, but I hope you guys get there. You deserve it. Such sweet people. SPSM, thank you for being our top contributor over on DLive with 11,000. I just can't believe that. 11,000 lemons over there. Gone Girl, 7.4K. Thank you so much. Gone Girl, you've done more than almost anybody. There's Amy R, of course, who is our #1 of all time. Chazzer, 152. DLive's mom, of course. I just talked about you earlier. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And of course, Tower Bear, Grace for you too. Delta Dawn, Mercer 1, and of course, Cali Kit Kat. Looking outside of my window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Looking outside of my window, seeing a crescendo. I'm not going out there where apocalypse roams. Marfoogle news, where are you? Only news I use. Marfoogle news. Only news I use. Marfoogle.
All right, that was a snafu there. Sorry about that.
Never back down. I was walking down the street. I was walking down the street, and I knew what it was. I was walking down the street. I was walking down the street, and I knew what it was.
It's just gonna end here. Oh, there it is. Everybody wanted my friend free. Why you going back around in the full-time woe? Cage free, barrel, and the rest of the crew now. Roof over my head, I'm grateful. Not sitting around being hateful. Got it on going back, Lola Cafe. Thank you for your support, and you had me on the Suzanne. Twisted luck, truth, and Christian Moore. I appreciate you more and more. Complete home renovations by Michael Ray. Thank you for being here today. If you've never gone back around, you know we've got to hear that sound. A little doggy going and drinking out of Dixie cars. Gonna go back then to what? Gonna go back then to what? Gonna go back then to what? I'm going.
777. Gonna bring it back now. Hard as a bee with the Dixie doll. I love on the I love Beagles. Gonna go back like with the mama of 6. Gonna do it back round like a Rule 66. Cause the sky gotta go back, ask why. Young girl 779. I'm gonna go like I'm a blind guy. Close my eyes, close my eyes, close my eyes. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Matrix 45, going back round, got to ride. Prepper on the Chi-Chi on the days in ditto. Gonna bring it back round, all so terrible. Gonna go back like a Dixie doll. Try to buck K, everybody already Angelo. No, with the nurse season. Gonna bring it back like I'm also season. Oh, gotta get our city. Says the Dub J and them pretties. Gonna bring it back like the beat goes. Hey, I'm about to go back like I say, hey, hey. I say, what's up, man? With the Shaka Khan and the JG, everybody got that crown. No over here in the Washington state. I gotta go back with the chronic fight. I got Jacob on the mind for a sick boy. And I'll go back drug like Dosey Do. And everybody really know it's Dixie Do. Everybody got that ugly flow. Got the Johnny Boom with the global impact. Gonna do it like a doozy in 420 at night. Oh, now everybody know now. Yes, I feel it for Jane 42 now. Got a Dilly J, gonna say everything I all say. Clever impact, all the big LA. Oh, hey. Oh, gotta be a tall drink of water. If you get that Rizar, gonna Bizarre, gonna go. Everybody knows that Lady Mel in the V-Fancy Timber. I'm go with the rap show, gonna go back, no the hyper. I'm gonna get hot shot, gonna go back now. Gonna go back now. Play! Almost to 9,000 subscribers.
just like that. They wanna cage us, think we're brainless. They want us nameless, just a number on the main list. So heinous, they enslave us. Gotta bring it back round, they wanna cage us. They think we're brainless, they want us nameless, just a number on the main list. It's so heinous, they enslave us, and they think it's a big heinous. We're just gonna make a little fresh one.
So this is made. Well, that's the computer sound. That's just not me. See if I say 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's me making it. That's why. See? Gotta turn down the mic so I don't, you don't hear the little button pushes. See, and then you gotta loop it. So it takes 2 hands. It's kind of crazy. I know, 2, right? No. No. Maybe.
That's why they end up being bad at experimenting.
Find a good one.
like C-Star Goddess. Gonna go back and hardest. I'm gonna go
Gotta do it background, everybody knows exactly why.
Should I save or delete? Good night. Have a great one. Gonna go spend time with the Mrs. Marv. Remember,